Yeah. Once again, it's your boy Sonny Wright. This is Right on History TV. We back, pardon for the technical difficulties. If you was tuned in earlier, we're just trying to get our guests popping. We're trying to get our guests pulled up here, so we want to make sure, see who if it's on my end or her end. So we're gonna get this started again. We got Dom Smith pulling up in the building, self-made entrepreneur, host, coach. Got her own studio, a few businesses. We're gonna chop it up with her, see what you got going on, see what motivates her, build with her. So yeah, so we're gonna see if this corrected any technical difficulties. See if we can get it up here. Yeah. Once again, it's a positive platform. We do welcome all comments, questions. Just there she go. Here we go. Here
I
we
am
go. All
so
right, what's
sorry.
good?
I'm
No,
trying so
it's
hard.
it's all good, man. It's not your problem, man. It's technology. It's all good.
Yeah.
What's good though?
How are you? I haven't seen you in so
Yeah, it's
long.
been a minute.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a minute.
So much
How have you?
has happened
Yes,
since.
yes. How, first of all, I want to, how you doing, first of all? How you doing? How's everything? How the family?
I'm well. I'm well. Since the last time you seen me, obviously you know that the family has grown. So I
Uh-huh.
have a baby now.
What's up?
And she's driving me crazy. But she's great. She's great. The family's great. Everything's good.
So that's dope. So yeah, I just want to reach out to you and give you your flowers because I for those that don't know, I've known Dom for a long time, probably over 10 years at this moment. You know my wife. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't even have my second son when we first met. My son is 6 years old now, so about to be seven. So
Wow.
I've
Oh
been
my
married for almost two
gosh.
years, so a lot has changed in my life too. So
Congratulations.
thank you. So,
That's
um,
fire.
but yeah, I've watched you grind. I've seen you put all the work in, and to where you come out to what you are now and what you continue to become. I just said I had to reach out and just give you your flowers and just let people know that Dom is out here doing her thing and just show you that love because I always felt you. I always believed in what you was doing and believed that you could do it.
Yeah.
So seeing that you brought everything into fruition that you was worried about before and you was unsure of, and to see that it all came, it's grown to what it's grown to. It's so amazing. So I just felt I
Thank
had to
you.
reach out and just give you your platform for those that don't know you, let you just talk about what you've been going on and what you're going to become. So that's what I had to do. I just felt it was only right. I had to do that. No pun intended, but I just felt it was only right. I had to shout out to you and just give you this platform and let people know, it's more than just a name and what you got going on is so positive and progressive and where you came from is and it's not easy. So salute to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clap it up for you. Everybody in the comments, please, fire emojis, hearts, or hundreds, whatever it is, because Dom been pointed in and she deserves all the success and everything all her fruits. So
I
I want to reintroduce
appreciate
you
that.
again.
Yes.
No,
Thank you.
you deserve that. I'm gonna reintroduce you again. It's your boy Sony Wright. This is Right on History TV. We got self-made entrepreneur, brand manager, model developer, mindset coach, host, owner, new studio owner, business owner, mother, Jackie of all trades, fashion show
Yeah.
creator, Dom, the self-made Dom, baddest CEO, Dom Smith in the building. Oh, I don't want to
Yes.
forget your Dom Life Productions, your upscale event planning business. You just do it all. So
A
she's in the
little bit of
building, people.
everything.
A little bit
A
of
little bit
everything.
of
So
everything.
I wanna, I wanna,
I
I
appreciate
wanna.
that. Thank you.
Nah, you deserve it. I'm gonna give you the floor. I just want to take it back to you know what when you was at a point when because I remember when you was working and you was like, damn, I can't work and do fulfill my dream of what you had in your head, and you was so worried
Yeah.
about if I quit my job, how I'm gonna sustain, how I'm gonna survive, and to see
Wow.
that you took.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that, man. Come on, Dom. Come on,
Not long.
come on, Dom. This is me.
Wow.
Man,
Yo.
come on, this is
Yo.
this is this is this is Mr. Fuck You Just. This is me.
Facts.
Come on, I've been and to know that you took the risk and you took that jump and it
Yeah.
all worked out and it wasn't easy. So and to all the hats you wear. It's amazing. I'm proud of you. We don't gotta talk every day. We don't gotta I don't gotta you know what I'm saying see you, but trust me, I've been watching and I see what you've been doing, and you've been creating
Hmm.
opportunities. You got your studio where you hold events. You got your business where you try to create opportunities for other hustlers, give them network opportunities. So I could talk about you for the whole hour, but I'm not gonna do that. So I just wanted to do give people the platform or the little visual of what you where you came from and what it took to get to where you are. But I'm gonna let you break down, all your brand management, all your developing, your businesses, your scoop. There it is behind the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Like you got ice
Okay.
cream businesses. Come
Somebody
on,
does research. She really been
yeah, man.
watching.
Me and trust me,
Okay.
me and my wife, we've been talking about you and all in good light, like yo, Dom, because again, where we
Yeah.
came from, we was all in the same circle. We don't like again,
Yep.
we don't gotta talk every day, but we was all there at all these events, the Rock Views, the David L's, the Mel's, and we was all struggling. All of the diners, we was there. It was rough. You know what I'm saying? So
That is a fact. Hmm.
you get all the hats off to you, man. So I want to start
Thank
with
you.
there's so much thing. I want to start with the scoop. There it is, because
Okay.
I thought that was so dope with that you created the whole
Most
ice cream.
random thing, right?
Yeah, it was like
Mad
okay,
random.
that was dope. So what got that started? What was the drive? What was the first thought of that? What how did that even become a thing?
Okay. So I had at the top of the pandemic, everything was shutting down in the city. I wasn't even here. I was in Florida. And it's such a crazy story, but long story short, I was dating somebody. I wound up coming back to New York right before the shutdown. During that time frame, we opened a catering company. And that catering company pretty much took off during the pandemic. I was also working with somebody that I currently work with now. I do like admin work for
Mhm.
entrepreneurs and business owners and stuff. So he had opened a takeout restaurant. So I was basically around food
Mhm.
all the time at the beginning of the pandemic and throughout the whole like year, 2 years after that. And after I kind of like walked away from the catering company that I had started with my partner, I was just like, I need to do something. And everybody's like, keep cooking, and I wasn't cooking nothing. Let me be honest. I was the brain. I was the brains and like the again admin. I did all of
Uh-huh.
that stuff like behind him, but my partner was doing all the cooking. I
Mhm.
cannot take the credit for that at all. Um, but everybody's like, "Oh, you need to keep it going," and I'm like, I know how to cook, but I don't want to cook. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to cook for mass amounts of
Yeah.
people and
Yeah.
do catering for events, stuff like that. Like, I need to find my own
Yeah.
thing. And with the takeout restaurant, like towards the next summer, while it was still open, I just had like this thing like, dang, like what if we added ice cream to the menu? It was just adding ice cream to the menu.
Yeah.
But being that it was like my thing, I was like, well, shoot, I should start an ice cream brand. And
Mm.
then from there, I spoke with like one or two friends. Shout outs to my friend Al because he swear he's the one that came up with the name. Oh, so I always shout him out because he just swears that he came up with that name. Um, but basically, Scoop There It is a mobile ice cream catering company. So I've
Mm.
worked with PAL. I've had contracts with the Sanitation Foundation. I've worked with summer camps and schools. I'm a DOE vendor.
Mm.
So like something that came from just like a random spur of the
Yeah.
I gotta keep something
Uh-huh.
going went straight into because at the time, we couldn't do
Yeah.
events. So I had to find something that like made sense. And that made sense. Like the first 2 years that I was running it, I made, it wasn't like a lot of money, but being that it's just a seasonal business,
Yeah.
it made a decent amount
Mhm.
just for only having it open in that time frame. So yeah, it just came from nowhere. Like I was just around food,
Yeah.
and I was like, don't want to cook. So I
That was
I
something.
contracted. I contracted with Hershey's ice cream because I
Oh,
didn't.
dope.
I also didn't want to be responsible for making the ice cream, and then
Okay.
that's
All that
dairy, and I
labor
didn't
and
want nobody to
all
get
that.
sick.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm not doing all that. I'm telling you, like the queen of figuring it out, that's me.
That's
Okay. Like I'm
you.
gonna find the best way to do it without putting myself or my assets at risk. So that's basically how that happened. It just came out of nowhere and then we just kind of kept it going. So right now I was just talking to my aunt. She's the president of my all of my companies.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
telling her that we're gonna do our relaunch this year for May.
Oh, oh, look at that. Not only the idea, a short idea became a business. You created job
Yep.
opportunities. You
It's an
also gave back
LLC,
some.
everything.
Look at that.
It's a real business.
A real.
Like that ice cream stuff, I don't play with that. I actually opened a pop-up. We had a pop-up location in Tallahassee, Florida for
Wow.
a whole summer like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. That's
But it's
ill.
just so hot out there.
You Yo, one thing, one thing about you, Dub, you always been a hustler, a
Yeah.
grinder, a hustler. You was always I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna worry about the how. I just know I'm gonna figure it out. And you always figured it out.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. The idea of ice cream became a business. You created opportunity. You doing pop-ups. Like that's
Mhm.
bananas, man. Shout out to you
Yeah,
for that, man.
I do
Salute to you.
festivals and everything. So if you watching, hey Ruthie, if you watching and you do like any type of festivals, events, any of that stuff, we come, we pop up, we got the whole table set up. My toppings are fire. I do adult events too, so we
Oh,
infuse the toppings, all the things. Like whatever y'all
fire.
trying to do, kids, adults, it don't even matter.
Is the handle at Scoop There It Is that's the Instagram
Yes,
handle? Is
it's
it
at Scoop. There it is, NYC. And Scoop is with a K.
that's fire. I'm gonna put that in the comments so people can follow that.
Yes.
Shout out to that. That's fire, Dom. I ain't gonna lie. That's ill.
I love that company. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if nothing else worked out, that ice cream gonna work out. Okay, it don't got a choice.
That's something you can leave behind.
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
something that you can leave for the kids. So and then again, like you said, you're also a mother, so you're showing your kid that entrepreneurship and how to be self-made and something sustainable. So that's fire
Mm-hmm.
right there. Salute to you for that. For those
Thank
watching, I just
you.
put the Swoop There It Is Instagram in the comments. So follow them, hit them up, stay in touch. They do events, bar mitzvahs, baby showers, adult events, kid events.
All the
They
things.
do it all.
All the things.
And that Scoop there. Shout out to Al.
Shout
Shout out to all your business
out to
partners.
Al
Shout
Facts.
out to all your business partners and everybody that's under your company as Scoop There It Is.
Hmm. Thank
Black
you.
owned female company. So show support to them. Support to them.
Mhm.
For real.
Yes,
Shout out to
please.
that. All right, let's move on because you got many hats. You got many hats. Behind the spotlight. What's the behind the spotlight thing? How did
Okay.
that come about? What was the idea behind that? Who's involved in that? What's when that came to mind? What did you see when you thought about that?
So behind the spotlight. All right. So the same person who had the takeout restaurant, it actually closed. I want to say like 2 years after it opened, and he's working on opening a food truck. So shout outs to the Bergen and Ty Brown because he's definitely like a mentor and an uncle to me. So like, we have our spats, but he's definitely taught me a lot in these last couple of years. And one of the main things that I've learned from him is this whole youth development thing. I don't know if you've realized, but I've been working with kids
Yeah.
lately, a lot. And so in the last couple of years, he put me in position as a site supervisor, as an instructor, as I ran the summer camp, I've run sites for the after school program. So I've been in it, so I know how to run it, I know how to work it. The last couple of years while we've had the space, I've been talking to my partner, like, yo, we really need to open a youth program because realistically, like, it makes the most sense to be able to connect with our community.
Hmm.
With the studio, we are already creating this like creative community and allowing people to come in for that. But it's just like, what are we doing to contribute to the youth?
Yeah.
Right. That's always been my main thing. So you see me do like the youth fashion shows and all that type of stuff. But how are we acquiring these models and how are we helping develop them into, you know, more? Like,
Hmm.
what are we giving them that's incentivizing them to participate in our stuff? Right. Um, so one of my homeboys, Bishop, um, we had a conversation when I brought him on board as management for the studio. And I was like, I really want to start this youth program. It was just a conversation. And he was like, oh, I have the structure already.
Mm.
And that was just like, okay, I feel like this is a sign. This is something
Uh-huh.
like, this is something that I've been talking about forever. Oh, hey, ET, thank you. This is
Shout
something
out
I've
to
been
you
talking
too.
about forever. And that's another one of my partners, actually, on a whole other thing that you would not have been able to find or research. We haven't launched it yet. But yeah, so with that, like we had a conversation, but his was only music focused. And I'm like, both he and I have a background in fashion, so we have to add
Mhm.
that. And then I have a background in media, and so does my partner at the studio, so we have to add that.
Mhm.
So we came up with Behind the Spotlight. So Behind the Spotlight is a youth program that develops the youth in the arts.
Mhm.
We have three tracks. The tracks are music, fashion, and media. So with each one, whatever you can think of basically as it falls under that is what we are helping these children do.
Wow.
Essentially, we go from 8 to 14 for now, and
Wow.
then the goal is to go up from there. But with music, we're teaching them production, songwriting, how to record their own music, how to engineer their own sessions, performance, um, DJing. Like, it's a little bit of
Wow.
everything. Fashion, we're teaching them how to create their own merch, so that they can
Mhm.
make money, so that eventually they can pay for themselves to
Um,
be in the program because it is tuition based. Um, Modeling, styling, we'll get into hair and makeup for the girls and all that type of stuff, because I realize at this big age I still don't know how to do makeup, so we gotta fix that for kids. um, and then with media, we are teaching them podcasting, journalism, um photography, videography. We're gonna launch a magazine. The program's gonna have its own podcast. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, everything is there.
wow.
We just need the kids.
Wow.
Okay. So right now, our what makes us different and unique from all other youth programs is that our instructors are influencers. So
Okay.
people that are already in the industry, people that have some sort of cloud or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
people that are, we've spoken to so many dope people about being involved with this, and everybody's excited. So it's really just now about getting the leads. We're starting with the Saturday program, and then depending on how that goes, we're looking to start launch a summer camp. So
Mhm.
by next week, we'll be releasing that information in April for summer camp to be, it's 6 weeks, July into August.
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
behind the spot. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
that. And so how where's the where's the location? Is it in New York? Where is it? Where y'all located?
Yes. Yeah. It's in New York. I'm still based in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So everything I do gotta be here. But yeah, so our main hub, the headquarters, is at my studio, downtown New Heat Studios. So that's where we'll be doing all the drop off, pick up,
Okay.
all of that. Most of the classes and stuff will be in that building. But, you know, being that it's in the summertime, we're going to take
Yeah.
them out. When they're doing media, they'll be taking pictures outside. Like all of the stuff will be utilizing our surroundings, but the main hub and headquarters is at my studio.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
Headquarters for everything, including the ice cream company. Everything.
Okay.
Downtown.
So you actually teaching them the actual business and how to be self-sufficient,
Yes.
actually. It's
Yes, that
incredible.
is the goal. The goal is to create stars. And if it's not stars, because we got to also realize like it's not just the people that's in front of the camera.
Yeah.
That's why we want to teach them the how to be a journalist and how to be an event host, how to be a podcast host, radio. We're partnered with a radio station. We're also partnered with multiple magazines that are all looking to be a part of this program and teach the kids how they can create their own version of what these people already do,
Mhm.
right? So the goal is to create the young version of us,
Yeah.
right? Like what we
Mhm.
do, I want them doing, but I want to be a part of being responsible for those kids learning how to do that. I may not be the one teaching them how to DJ. Most likely my brother is going to teach them how to DJ, but the goal is that after a couple of their DJ classes, they'll be able to go out and start DJing events. I do kids fashion shows.
Mhm.
My DJ, since I started the kids shows, my DJ has always been a kid. If it wasn't a
Wow.
kid, it's my brother.
That's
You know what
fine.
I mean? So I try to
Yeah.
stay very consistent in the for kids by kids type of
Mhm.
situation, just overseen by me. So
Gotcha.
my
Yeah.
designers are kids, my models are kids, my DJ is a kid, my host was a kid.
Mm.
He's in college now, but when I started the shows, he was 12. Now
Mm.
he's 18 in college, and I gave him his first opportunity to host a fashion show. He's been all over the world in the
That's
States
fine.
doing that now. So, it's just about, I realize like how much opportunity I give to both the youth
Mhm.
and adults
Mhm.
over the last 15 years. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to miss the opportunity to start something like this. Once it popped up in my head and it was clear, because like I said before, it was just an idea. Like I
Mhm.
feel like I need to do this. And then it turned into like, I have the name, we have the website, we created the Instagram page, we started getting drops from instructors. Like I'm talking rappers like Charlie Cole, singers like Freddie McKenzie. These people have already like committed to, yeah, we'll be
Wow.
instructors for the program.
Wow.
So
These are
yeah.
established people. Well,
Right.
see what you're doing is incredible.
We've even spoken to like people like Mo Dub, like people.
Yeah.
This is, I'm telling you, like it's already buzzing, and the Coney Brooks already agreed. Like it's
I
already
got.
out there. Like our instructors are like, what's up? Like what we doing?
I
It's
got.
really
I got.
just getting
That's
it out
fire.
there. It's
That's
really just getting it out there for the parents to get their kids signed up. That's where we are now. That's the stage we're at.
that's ill to that you're using all the resources that you have and all the connections you have because everybody plays a part, and that
Yeah.
you're creating the platform for these young kids to not only become what artists or models, but good people, good business people, and being
Yeah.
able to take what they learn and teach other people and pay it
Yeah.
forward. So. You know what I mean? That is super, super dope. I gotta figure a way out. I gotta talk to you now about how to figure out how to get Write Your Own History. My message in there about Write Your Own History. So we'll talk about that behind the
Yeah.
scenes. But that's
Absolutely.
dope. But shout out to everybody in the platform. Shout out to Coney Brooks. Shout out to Mo Dub. 'Cause I know Coney Brooks. He's been teaching for a while with his kids with the
Yeah.
basketball and what he does with his kids. And I see
Yeah.
Mo Dub out there in Flappers doing what he do. So musically and creating his own movement. So it's a lot going on, man. You've
Yes.
always been connecting the dots, though. That's one thing I can say
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah.
You always had your hand in everything, dipping and dabbing, and to see that what is grown to come to, and that you paying it forward and putting people in a position to be great and showcase their greatness, and not on like you said, it's not about being in front of the camera and being always seen, but just creating a platform and somewhere for these kids to go. Because Again, when
Mhm.
we grow up, we had the YMCA, we had a lot of things that they don't have anymore.
Right.
They don't have after school programs. So the fact that you have a hub and summer camp and you're able to show these kids how to be, artists and photographers and directors and producers, it's incredible because you never know what that could open up and what you're preventing them from getting into. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Because sometimes
absolutely.
they don't know how creative they are until someone like you taps into that for them, and then they tap into themselves, and it's like, oh, voila. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
yo, man, how can parents or anybody that wants to get their kid in behind the spotlight involved and do they reach out to the Instagram or how does that work out?
Yeah, so we if you go onto the Instagram page in the bio, the link is to a registration form. And on the registration form, it's either the registration form or the website that's in there. But either way, you could go to either one of those and sign your child up. And the Instagram, I believe, is Behind the Spotlight NYC. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put that for all those watching. I'm gonna put that in the chat in the comments
Yeah.
because you gotta support
And
that.
we're very reasonably rated as well. So it's not like you're paying like $1 million for this program either. Like realistically, I'm looking for like the school funding and stuff. I don't
Mhm.
even care to have to, do too many years of like actually having to charge the parents and stuff. Like right now for the Saturday program, we do have to be tuition based because we're not in the schools yet.
Mhm.
But once we launch after school, the goal is that the school will be paying the program and the parents get it just from that. You know what I mean? Like it'll be
Yeah,
built in and something they could just sign their kids up for.
yeah.
So
I
that's the
might
goal.
I might have to get you in contact with these young dudes, the young informed. There's some the
Hmm.
young kids that go around teaching and talking about what you're talking about,
Nice.
building and networking. I think about 16, 17. One of them is in college right now. They're very. I'm gonna put a little group. I'm gonna reach out to them and
Okay.
see when they. If it's okay if I put you on a group chat and then y'all could just go from there. But I think that would be a dope addition because they're from Queens. They're in New York as
Okay.
well. And I think that would be
Nice.
a dope addition to what you got going. I think y'all can both kind of mesh with each other because they do a lot of things for the kids, for the youth too, being that they're kids themselves. So they do it,
Right.
and
I love that.
yeah. So like you go for the kid by kid thing. So they do a lot of uniting and building. So I think that would
Mhm.
be dope. I'm gonna reach out to them and they pops and see how I can make that happen. Not see,
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
would
make that
be great.
happen. I'm gonna make that happen because I think y'all would be a dope combination together for real. For
Yeah,
real.
that sounds awesome. I love working with like teens that are doing stuff, and these kids, Lord, they just be so talented. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you always been that way though. You always, even before you got into the businesses and having the studios, you always was doing dipping and dabbing with kids and community stuff. So
Yeah,
it's only
that's
right, no pun intended, that you had actually got it to this point where actually creating opportunities and you're able to reach out to sponsors and teachers and not just regular influencers, established teachers, people that can actually have been there and been through the grit, the grind, and can relate that to the
exactly.
kids and show them that it's not always about just being famous or just money, but anything is attainable. It's going to it's going to take hard work though. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
excuse me, that's dope. So again, behind the spotlight, people follow that. Link up with her, talk to her. Like she said, it's reasonable. Talk to her. It's not about the money. She's not even trying to get y'all money. Really, she's trying to get money from the
Right.
schools, from the
The
government. So
schools need to pay.
you know, what I mean? Well, yeah. Shout out, get in touch with her. You never know, man. It might be something you might be interested in. Your kid might love it. You just never know. She's creating opportunities, music, fashion, and what was the other thing?
Media.
Photography, media
Media.
media,
Hmm.
communications, podcasting, photography, videography, production. So yeah, give it up for Don. I gotta give me a
Thank
sound
you.
machine so I can do some sound effects and make it a
Right.
little more exciting.
What happened? It turned off.
But that was That was a good sound effect.
Right. Woo.
But yeah, so also congrats. I know you've been doing just 5 years on your studio,
Yes,
your new Heat
we in
Studios.
year 5.
Congratulations on that. 5 years. I know it's been a long grind. For those that don't know, she's the owner of New Heat Studios, and they have a lot of events where she creates opportunities. You can network and network with other creators and curators and other designers and musicians and just a lot of different people, educators and people that,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's so her network is so broad and vast. You know what I mean? So she, like you said, she's involved in everything. Um,
Yeah.
but I thought it was dope. I saw the mindset coach. I said, okay. I said, now,
Yeah.
what what got you into that? What was the eye
Okay.
opener for that?
So the mindset coach is like, it's still kind of in the manifestation stage. Okay.
Okay,
That's me claiming what I want to do.
okay,
So basically, like, maybe like a, you keep pressing
uh
it.
huh. Talk your
Um,
tone.
you be pressing me out. Here you go. Take it. Here you go.
Like, why you
Yeah,
interviewing me?
so, huh?
He's like, why you interviewing me, man?
Right. I'm telling you, by 4, this one's gonna be a beast. She's 2 now, and she
Amazing.
already is just like the life of the party.
She ready.
Everybody loves her. Like, I'm like, okay, next year you're gonna start modeling.
She ready.
We're gonna take baby steps though. But yeah, so with that, I feel like I always say, like, I feel like I manifested my studio, um because I just kept talking about it,
Mhm.
and just like the way, like you said, like I always been this way, like I know how to make stuff happen. So I just made it happen. Like, I was talking about it, and then next thing you know, I had a creative studio. You know what I'm saying? I don't even
Yeah.
know how I do it when I think about it. But my main goal is like to teach people that whatever it is that they want to do, they can do it.
Mhm.
It don't even matter. The only way you can't do it is if you tell yourself that you can't do it.
Mhm.
So I'm really big on mindset. I'm really big on, like, you know, telling yourself whatever it is that you need to hear to know that you're great.
Mhm.
I'm very big on, it's gotta work or it's gotta work. Like, there's no other
There's no
option.
other.
It's either gonna work
It's
or it's
gotta
gonna
work.
work.
Oh,
Like
it gotta
that.
work.
That's it. Like, that's the only options there are. So lately what I've been kind of like leaning more towards is highlighting, for people, what imposter syndrome is
Mm.
and how to overcome it.
Talk
Because
about
I
that.
feel like that's something that I've been battling with for years now. Okay.
Mm.
Um, Ricky, can you go somewhere? Okay. um, yeah, I feel like it's something that I've been battling with for you. You want to say hi or something? Say hi.
Hey, hey,
Hi.
hi. You won now.
That was me. But yeah, so she's a part of the interview
Yeah,
now.
yeah. That's it.
Um,
I ain't mad at her.
um, yeah, it's more so now for me about like highlighting what imposter syndrome is and how to overcome it, because I feel like I was battling with that for years before even coming to this point where, like, I got pregnant and I had a baby, so I, did suffer from some postpartum depression and stuff like that. But even before that, it's like really identifying, I feel this way, and what is that called? Like, why do I feel like I can't do things even though I know that I've done it in the past? Like, why do I feel like somebody's gonna figure out that I'm like some sort of fraud or something like that?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
it's just such a weird feeling. So I wrote a book. I
Oh,
wrote an
okay.
ebook that I'm releasing soon within the next like week or two. I actually want to release it on April Fool's Day,
Okay.
because it's called Scam Likely, and it's and I feel like that's like the perfect day.
April Fool's Day is like
It's
it's
the
almost like
perfect
is this a real book? What is this? What's this about? What's
right.
going on?
Yes, be confused. I want you to be so confused. But like um
So you said
but
imposter syndrome. That's the first
yeah,
time I've heard of that. That's interesting.
really.
Yeah,
See?
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. All
That's the
right.
first
So
time I've heard of that.
basically imposter imposter syndrome is when you feel like I said, like you're a fraud or somebody's gonna find you out. Like, for example, I've been doing events for a very long time,
Mhm,
right? And over time, once the pandemic hit and I couldn't do events anymore, it was just kind of like, what am I gonna do now? Like, I don't,
mhm,
without events, I don't know who I am because that's who I built my whole identity around, like being Don
mhm.
Smith, the
Yeah,
event coordinator, like the person that helps everybody with their events. Like who am I?
yeah.
Um, and once the pandemic ended and I started doing events again, they just didn't hit the same. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
went
so
from I was here,
uh-huh.
I feel like I'm up here, like, one of the only people like doing substantial fashion shows and, really giving people a real opportunity in fashion and stuff like that. Working alongside people that are like really movers and shakers in the showcase,
Hmm.
community and stuff like that to, you know, not as many people coming to the shows or not as many people buying the tickets or all of these things that realistically were things outside of my control. But when you start to kind of like lose yourself and forget like all of the success that you've had and all of the things that you really done, like I can retire, go get a career, and like really do something else for the
Hmm.
rest of my life. It does not take away the fact that I spent 15 years in this industry
Yeah.
doing all of the stuff that I've already done.
Hmm.
Like my
Yeah.
CVS receipt list is
It's
crazy,
crazy.
but you forget. You forget. You put that to the back of your mind and it doesn't come to the forefront when you're like struggling through trying to figure out why things aren't the way you want it to be. So that is what imposter syndrome is basically.
Like like you questioning yourself. Like,
Yeah.
was I, you know, can I,
Can I
was that a fluke?
do
Or if
this?
can I still
Or
do this? But
am I
yeah,
worthy of being in these
yeah.
rooms? Like, who am I to deserve this opportunity? That's imposter syndrome.
Wow.
And
Wow.
a lot of people suffer from that. A lot more people lately are like, okay, they now know like what to identify it as,
Mhm.
but a lot of people suffer from those type of feelings and those type of thoughts and don't know that there's a name for it.
I mean, I didn't know. First time I learn
Yeah.
something new every day. You know something? I
Yeah.
mean, it's actually a natural feeling to question, like, especially like you said, things ain't hitting no more.
Yeah.
Oh, the ticket sales ain't going no more. Like if you're an artist, oh, the songs ain't hitting no more. Or is it, you start questioning like your talent? Like, hold on, can I do this? Am I built for this? Was this even real? Is it a fluke?
Yeah.
So that it's interesting that you actually recognize that and put a name to it. And
Yeah.
that's ill. That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. Shout out to you again for your book, Scam Likely. Coming, hopefully April Fool's Day, 2025.
Yes.
Scam Likely, written by Dom Smith.
Facts.
So I know we could go all night. I know you got you over there, parents. I just want to talk about one more thing, which is your Dom Life, your event planning company, and what that entails and how that came about because again we could go into your modeling thing but you touched on a little bit of that just talking about just what you as a person in your studios and what you give back to the community so you got so much. This could be a 5 hour interview, to be honest, because you got so much. You do so much
Listen,
stuff, and you got
I got as much time as you
you know
got. I'm
you
here.
got so much stuff to talk about. But yeah, so the whole Dom Life Productions and the event planning thing, how'd that come about? And it's to me, it's almost like in my head as I ask a question, I'm like I answer it because I'm like you were involved in so much and made so much connections. Like it's almost why not do this? Why not why not do this? I got so much I got so much links and networks and I could do anything else. Why not do this? But how'd that come about? And I know it says it's upscale and how do people even get in contact and plan events and what type of events do you plan?
Okay. Got you. So I only plan industry events. I do not do baby showers, weddings, birthday parties. That is not my vibe. I don't care. I didn't grow up celebrating birthdays and stuff, so I don't care about none of that stuff. But industry events, that's my thing. So, all right. So basically, it's such a crazy story because that's the brand that came first.
Hmm.
But Dom Dom Life Productions is the rebrand. So basically,
Okay.
when you guys met me, I was, all right. So 16, 17, I started modeling.
Yeah.
The first show that I walked in was with Mel and Vina. That was
Uh-huh.
the Corey Gunn show
Kobe
that
Gun Show.
they did at Brooklyn Nights. That
Uh-huh.
was my first show. First ever show that I
Uh-huh.
walked
Ooh,
in.
that Brooklyn Nights. Whew.
Brooklyn. That's how far back we go. Um, um. So yeah, that was my first show. After
Uh-huh.
my first show, I said I could do this. Like delusion is a real thing. If anybody ever wants to be an entrepreneur and needs to know what tools you need to be a successful entrepreneur, be delusional. So I
Delusion.
was like,
You ain't
yeah,
never lied.
I can do this. Right? That was my first thought. So what happened was after I had that coming to God moment, I started planning my first show. So I was still modeling and stuff while I was doing the planning, but I did my first show when I was 17 at Pearl Studios. It was horrible. It was amazing, but it was horrible. Like I remember somebody wrote a blog post. Some random guy saw it. Some random blogger saw it on. I don't know if I don't think Eventbrite was a thing at the time. I can't remember, but wherever I was doing my ticketing, he
Mhm.
saw it somewhere or he saw the flyer somewhere and he decided to come
Wow.
and cover the event.
Wow.
And he was talking about how I was late to the event and how everything was running behind. It was so I swear
Oh,
I think that blog post it kind of like set me straight though because ever since I think the only time that I ever ran late on starting an event after that was last week at South by Southwest. And it was not my fault.
mm.
But I have never, all
You've
of
been
my
on
shows,
point
my
ever
fashion
since
shows,
then.
everything starts on time. I do not play
Mm.
that. Just in case a blogger comes to the event and want to call me out. You know, he said the show was good otherwise and things like that. But yeah, he was at the studio that I was hosting it in at
Uh-huh.
Pearl Studios before me. So he was just like I guess he didn't like the fact that he had to kind of wait to
Oh,
get in. But anyway,
that's
at
a
the
name.
time my production company so okay, quick rewind. When I was
Yeah.
15, I started a record label.
Okay.
It was called Road to Stardom Records, I guess. I don't know. I remember it was called Road to Stardom, right? I did nothing with it. I had a girl group in high school when I lived in PA. It was a whole thing. Never did nothing with it.
Hmm.
17, I rebranded it as Road to Stardom Productions. That's when I started doing the events. So after that, I did open mics, I did comedy shows, I did multiple fashion shows, all that.
Hmm.
When pop-ups came up, I started doing pop-ups and stuff. But by 2016, you are killing me because why do you keep pressing it? Don't press it. If you don't press it, it'll say. You did press it. Hold on, now you gotta wait for it to load. You want a Mickey Mouse? Why did you say that? Yeah, here you go. Um, so I rebranded to Road to Stardom Productions, and then in 2016 I rebranded as Dom Life Productions. So at that point, I was like, everything that I've done, it wasn't like I did any bad
Yeah.
business or anything like that. I just literally was like, I need a rebrand. I need this to be, I need this to identify me more,
Mm-hmm.
like who I am and what I stand for. So rebranding as a event management company, upscale luxury, whatever you want to call it, event management company. I need to call it my name. And when I spoke to my aunt, like I said, she's the president of all my companies. She was like, why don't you just call it like Dime Entertainment or something? I'm like, that's too basic. Like
Yeah.
it can't be that. Like it needs to have like a little bit more. I need like another word or whatever. So we decided on Dime Life Productions. And the first show I did under that name was Hennessy Fashion Week. And that's when
Mm.
the event was sponsored by What's Good Magazine. Shout outs,
Okay.
recipes to LP. And it was sponsored by Hennessy.
Wow.
That was the first
Your
show
first
that I did under
show
that
under your
name.
Dom Life
First
Productions
show under
name
the Dime Life
rebrand.
Production. It was yes. It was sponsored by Hennessy, and what's good was distributed in like I don't know 200 cities or 200 locations or something at the time. So
Mm.
they were doing really good as a magazine. Um, so it was a pretty big thing for me. Like Jacquees just randomly popped up and
Mm.
performed. Like it was just I had the guy that played 50 Cent as a kid in and Get Rich or Die
Okay.
Trying. He was there. Mark John Jeffries. He came as like
Wow.
a random guest. Like these people. I swear, people just be finding my events online. But I
Mm.
did do it for Fashion Week, so a lot of people, a lot of bloggers, a lot of influencers at the time. That influencers wasn't like just a
Thing.
word.
Yeah, a word.
Yeah. These people were coming to my events, so that was the first event that I did under the name. And then I did an event at this place. It was called Fleek on Bleak, and I rented a storefront on Bleecker Street. It was mad expensive and it was huge and there was nobody there. I was just like, why did I do this? But it was sponsored by Bel Air.
Uh,
It was it was like it's a pretty dope event. Considering everything. Here you go. And then the third event I did under it, that's when I started Celebs in Fashion. So
uh,
Celebs in Fashion is a celebrity fashion show series. We launched with Sin Santana. She was our headlining designer. Joe Budden came. Like that was a whole I don't even know how to we did it at Taj and it sold out. We had sponsors from Cali sending
mm,
stuff for her. Like it was a whole that was the first time I made money, like
mm.
real money on an event because it was my event.
It was
I didn't
yours.
have to. I had to pay people and everything, pay the space, everything. Well, yeah, I kind of paid them. They were on a bar guarantee,
Yeah.
but we made the bar guarantee twice. So
Mm,
like it was that was an
mm.
amazing show. And then from there I was like, you know what, we gonna keep this going. So I did some more shows. Celebs in Fashion just kind of like after the pandemic, we haven't really done another show. We did the concert series last week in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest,
I
but
saw that.
yeah, but prior to that, we haven't done a celebs and fashion show since I want to say 2020 in February.
Mm,
That was the last one that I did. It was an amazing show. We did it at I want to say Law 51. So we'll be doing another one at Law 51, which is technically Copacabana in the city.
okay.
September 12th this year. But yeah, like that's how I it started
Because
from just you know what? I'm gonna just start doing these shows. I can do this, and I just kept going from there.
from walking in a fashion
Just
show to like down
walking in
down
one show.
life
I walked in
down
one
life
show. It was
productions,
like I can
a
do
whole
it.
event company. Oh my goodness. I mean, if that's not the definition of
At
writing your own
17,
history, creating your own path, or saying like I could do whatever I put my mind to. I mean, you are living proof
exactly.
for real.
That's
For real.
that,
Anybody
and
watching,
that's
if you
why.
don't put go ahead.
That's why I be telling people like this whole I feel like the whole youth portion of my brand is it was inevitable because realistically like I was these kids like
Mm-hmm.
15, 16, 17 years old like I didn't do any, like I said, I didn't do anything with the record label when I started it at 15, but I was hosting a podcast at 16. You know what I mean? And then,
Yeah.
so I've been doing media for a very, very long time. I've gone through radio stations, I've gone through, internet stations, FM stations. I've done all of it. You know what I mean? At such a young age. So now to be able to kind of like reach back and pull up the next group.
Mm-hmm.
I hire summer youth interns every year. I'm signed up for the winter program as well. So I get kids between 16 and 21 years old like every year for the last 4 or 5 years just because like somebody gotta show them that it's possible like they don't
Yeah.
just have to work at Burlington or at these sports clubs and these summer camps and stuff like that like there's opportunities to work for actual small business owners and
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs working for that program so that they can see like I'm kind of double your age. But I started
Show you.
at your age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've come a long way.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And you provide it's so much so essential that you provide the resources and then you're not only providing the resources, you're actually living proof. You're actually showing them that you can actually do this. I was just like you. I was just
Yeah.
like you. At one point I questioned myself. I thought it was impossible because of where I'm from or who people told me I was or who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
People told me I'm supposed to be. And it's like you breaking all the barriers and you know your black female, black woman is just it's amazing. You
Yeah.
came a long way, Dom. I'm like I said, from the bottom of my heart, I'm proud of you as a
Thank
friend,
you.
and as a brother. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? As a parent, I'm proud to see what you've come, you know how long you've come. That as a mother, as a person, as a hustler. Like, and this is thing. This ain't just right. It's just me as a just because I know you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's a little
Yeah.
different because I know you and I seen what you've been through and what you risked, what you sacrificed, and all the time you put in. So I just wish you nothing but the best. And I just hope you keep growing and keep doing your thing. And I'm not ending it right now because I still want you to say your platforms and I want people to get in touch with you. But I gotta continue to. I just want to make sure I give you your flowers because like life is short and I'm not out in New York anymore, so I'm not around like I used to be. So, but I watch what's going on. I'm always my eyes and ears into the streets, and I see you growing as a entrepreneur and a woman and a person that just gets back to the community. You've always been like I said, you've always been like that, but you didn't have the resources. So now that you have the resources, you're able to do that and bring everything to life. So shout out to you,
Yeah.
and it's dope, man. It's dope.
Thank
It's
you.
dope.
Thank
Shout out to
you.
everybody in the chat. Shout out to your daughter and your daughter back there. doing her
Right.
thing, making her presence known.
She do not skip the chance, okay? Like any opportunity to be right there, she there.
She's there. How do the kid like how do people get in this? Do they just reach out to you? Because I know a lot of people might want to know how they get their kids involved with these
Hmm.
fashion shows, with these influencers, these educators. How do they get in contact with you? I know I might have said it earlier, but it might be some new viewers that missed it and want to know what's going on. So how do they get in touch with you? And what should they expect?
Okay, so I mean, I have like 6, 7 Instagram pages. So you could just follow me at Dime Smith. That's Dime with a Y, not an I. Okay. Uh and tell me what you need in my DM, and then we could go from there. I'm very responsive. I don't have like my look. Why are you running right
She,
there?
she's not hot. She's not
Um,
Hollywood. She's not one of those people that's gonna
at
leave you on
all.
red and she's not, her nose ain't in the air. No matter how much, she got going on, she's very down to earth. She will respond. She was very direct. So I didn't mean to answer
Yeah.
that question for you, but I saw your
No,
daughter
no, no.
making
I
her
appreciate
making
it.
her presence known.
Right. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. You can DM me. Let me know what you're interested in. Let me know what you need. I am a brand developer. I am a business consultant. So I work with small businesses. I work with talent. I can help you get whatever resources it is that you need. I work with multiple companies that help you get funding if that's what you need. I definitely help people with sponsorships and, you know, sponsorship decks and pitch decks and EPKs, and I write bios. We got anything that it is that you
Mhm.
need as a brand. That's why I stuck to just industry events when I do my planning. I planned a whole fashion show with Erica Mena. Like, it's really just about putting yourself out there. So when you reach out to people like me, just know what it is that you need, and I can help you get the rest of the way. I just need to know what you need.
Yeah.
So, as far as as far as what to expect, so we did it. I kind of touched on the studio, but basically, I have a creative studio downtown Brooklyn called New Heat Studios. Um, Right now, we struggling a little bit. Okay, so I really need,
So good.
I really need the creative community to come together, and help us sister
Come
out. Okay,
support. Come support.
come book with us if you have small events, 40, 50 people or less. Um, we accommodate as much as we can. So you reach out to us with an idea. We just added drop mics to our content day. Every Sunday we do a content day where we allow creatives and, just regular people, whoever, to come in and take pictures, do interviews and
Mhm.
different things like that. Yep, that's Paige right there.
Yep.
um so we do that. We will be launching Bahana Spotlight in that space on Saturdays. And then hopefully in the summertime, it'll be during the day, Monday through Friday, in the space as well. We do a lot. We're looking for members. We're looking for, people that want to commit to coming in and just like utilizing our space as your new creative home.
Mm.
So definitely make sure y'all follow us there. I have the Scam Likely book dropping on hopefully on April Fool's Day. Okay. I'm not gonna say hopefully. I'm dropping it on April 1st, 2025. It's called Scam Likely, where I delve more into what imposter syndrome is, what does it look like, so you can identify that that's what you're going
Mm.
through, and then how to come out of it. It has writing prompts, it has, thought prompts, all types of stuff in there so that, you really like can put in the work
Mm.
to cast it
Mm.
out. Like at the end of the day, we're all human, so you're gonna have those thoughts regardless, but it's really about knowing what to do to get rid of it quickly so you can continue to
Mhm.
move on and be productive. I do have a youth fashion show Easter weekend on April 19th.
Mhm.
It's going to be at the Culture Expo pop-up that happens every couple of months. So they're doing one in Sunset Park. I'm not picking that up for you. Um, it's April 19th. So definitely stay tuned. We're starting casting for models this weekend.
Mm.
So if you think your kid is cute and your kid listen, your kid could probably be in a fashion show. And let me see. I'm trying not to leave nothing out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm relaunching my
Yeah.
podcast, Making Moguls, very soon. I'm just, working on the logistics of the situation. So definitely looking forward to that because I love this. I love talking to people. I love talking about like your journey and what brought you to where you are and all of that good stuff. I'm a lot of people's favorite interviewer, so it's about time I make that comeback. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing it for a minute, man. You've been for a
Yes,
while. You made mad connections, so it's only right.
yes,
Word. But like
absolutely.
again, I can't say enough, man. Like again, you wear many hats. You help, like you said, brand manager, business consultant. You anything. All you gotta do is know what you want. She can provide the rest. Says know
That's
what
it.
you want. She got the rest. That's it.
Oh,
Please follow Dom. Like, go ahead,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, go
One more
ahead.
thing. One
No,
more
don't be
thing. One more
sorry.
thing.
Go
Cause
ahead, go ahead.
I am bugging. Okay, so I am a part of a team of people. We're a very small team.
Hmm.
It's really just three or four of us. But I am a part of a team of people that work with American artists to launch them internationally. I cannot believe that I almost forgot to talk about Dubai. Oh my gosh.
Mm,
Okay, so have an opportunity for people to go to Dubai, whether you are a music artist and you want to perform out there, you're a model and you want to walk out there, you're a designer, you want to showcase out there, you're a business owner and you want to expand your brand out there, or you're just a regular person and you just really want to go to Dubai because the energy is beautiful out there. I can tell you, as somebody that went last year in October, that is going again this October, the intentionality when you travel intentionally, it's a whole different beast.
mm.
It's an amazing experience when you go somewhere because of a reason. Like you're going there for
Like,
a specific goal
mm,
rather than just going to vacation. I love going places to vacation, but anybody that knows me knows that if I get on a plane, I'm going to work. I'm gonna have
mm.
fun. I'm gonna enjoy myself,
But you're
but
going with a
I'm
purpose.
going for a purpose.
Hmm.
Uh oh. Uh oh. What's wrong? So in October, we'll be going back, and I'm super excited about it. It's gonna be amazing. Shout outs to, I don't know if Maestro Frio is still on here. He's actually an artist, an amazing artist, and a producer. He works with Nelly actually. And he was one of the headliners for last year. Him and Vina Love, my little sis, love that girl. Both of them went with us to Dubai last year, and it was such an amazing experience just seeing our art and culture
Hmm.
fusing with their art and culture. There's so much space and opportunity out there for people like us to build in their space. And I think the crazy thing is that the only reason, aside from people just not really being familiar with what they can and cannot do out there, the only pushback I really be getting from people is, oh but I can't smoke out there. If that is the reason that you can't go to Dubai, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like people that can't get a passport for some reason, that's understandable. But if it's because you can't smoke, like I'm gonna need you to get it together.
Yeah.
It's 5 days. Like, come on. For the
I
amount
mean,
of
the experience
leverage,
is yeah.
the experience, the amount of leverage that you can get from just being able to say that you were in a space like that, and like I said, intentionally for a purpose, like for me, because when we go out there do a panel discussion, we do multiple jam sessions, so that's why we have the opportunity for the artists to perform. um we go out and we party, we have a pool party, we have, you know, party, we do all of these things, of course, because that's a part of the experience. That's the fun, the excursions, the ATV riding, the camelback rides, the desert safari, all of the things. But we also took um Vina to the radio station and the TV studio last
Mm-hmm.
year. Like, it's really about learning how to leverage what you got,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't got much, figuring out how to get it.
Yeah.
So again, if you're interested in going to Dubai with us in October, definitely tap in with me. That's another opportunity that I'm currently pushing and promoting, because I'm it's not like I'm a person, you know, this money, I'm a trip.
But you breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just, all right, you good right there. You good. You
Okay.
breaking up.
Okay. She's starting to go crazy.
I know.
I'm gonna have to log on.
Look. It's like just hit up Dom Smith, man. Hit her up. Keep in contact with what you got. You want to go Dubai in October? You want to get your kid in a
Yes.
fashion show. You want to talk about your brand. You want an event plan, a celebrity event. You want to get your brand built. You want to just go up with the idea. She can do it all. Just tap in with her and just know what you want. Don, I want to salute to you. I appreciate everything you do. Keep doing what you do. Continue to write your own history. Do what you do. I'm proud of you. Do your thing.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you had the time to spend to just grace this platform and talk about your journey and talk about what you got going on. Salute to you. Salute to everybody in the chat that showed you love, that commented, that gave emojis, fire emojis, hearts, or whatever. I appreciate y'all all. Again, Dom, salute to
Thank
you.
you.
Keep doing your thing, Dom. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Jess.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah. Hit up Dom Smith, man. You know, she does it all. She does a whole lot of everything. We had about another 2 hours of this stuff she does, man. She does it all. Hit her up for brand management, fashion, a fashion show. She does it all. Fashion show. You want to talk about business, plan an event. You talk about the Behind the Spotlight. That's a program for the kids. They do media, fashion, music, arts, whatever it is. Hit her up. Like again, you got an idea. She can bring it to life. Go support the studio, New Heat Studios, downtown Brooklyn. Go support them. You want to have a small event, 40 to 50 people, hit her up. Support black owned business. Again, shout out to Dom Smith. Follow her. Support the ice cream, the mobile ice cream. Shout out to Scoop. There it is, a mobile ice cream business. Again, Behind the Spotlight. Get your kids involved. She's about to do a summer camp starting every Saturday, I think in a couple Saturdays. But hit her up for more info on all of that. She has a book coming April 1st, Scam Likely. So just stay in tune with her. She got a lot going on. Always got her hands in something positive, especially for the youth. She's big on doing things for the kids, educating the kids, and giving them opportunities. So follow Dom Smith and Yeah, man, you already know this your boy is only right. This has been Right on History TV. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that shared the video. You already know what it is, man. Anytime, Dom, anytime, man. You already know what it is, man. You already know this is real love over here, man. Always family, Dom. Always. I'm gonna link you up before the end of this week. I want to chop it up with you about some things, but always supporting you, man. You already know what it is, man. Nothing but love on this side. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Again, shout out to Dom and keep doing what you do. Continue to write your own history. Shout out to everybody. You know what I do, man. Impossible is only 10 letters. If you can think about it, you can bring it to life. Write your own history or someone will write it for you. See you next Monday. It's only stay righteous.